I'm a huge fan of having a device on the go. And when I decided to set up my Pixel Watch on T-Mobile LTE, really didn't know what to expect. So I've been using it for a little bit of time now, actually, and I wanted to give you a follow-up on what that process could be like for you. So the setup on it is actually pretty simple. When you go into your device, you're going to be asked to go into the watch application, and then you click on eSIM. And then for me, since it recognized that I was using it on T-Mobile already for my service provider, it said, hey, click here to connect with T-Mobile. And when you do that, you're going to get a pop-up that says your EID and then a support code. And you just call them up and add the line to your account. Now, T-Mobile offers some of the best plans I could think of for a smartwatch. They have several, but the one I chose was simply for talk and text, and it's 500 megabytes of data, which I probably won't use on my watch. But it's got unlimited talk and text for $5. Now, being able to use my watch and leave my phone at home when I'm running or walking or going for a workout, that is incredible because I do have my Pixel Buds paired up to my watch and my phone. And so I get the best of both worlds. If I want to work out, leave my phone at home, I can now do it with ease. Now, I originally ordered the Pixel Watch LTE, but I had some problems with my shipping and they kept moving my date back. And then, Google sent me one. So I appreciate Google doing that. And as far as battery life goes with the Pixel Watch, I want to talk about that a little bit right now. Um, when you have the watch on Bluetooth, you'll probably get the best battery life you could possibly get out of it. Now, I've tested it on Bluetooth and LTE only. And honestly, my experience was about the same, about a day or a little over a day with the battery life. Now, when it's on Bluetooth, obviously it's going to be connected to your phone. You're going to have a lot more stable connection, hopefully. And I think you'll be okay with that. But when you're running it just on LTE, you will see a decrease in battery depending on your signal strength. And I have really strong signal strength, so I don't have any problems with mine for where I live at. Phone calls through the watch or connected to Bluetooth through the watch is actually really nice. So I think if you're deciding whether or not you want to get the Pixel Watch and pair it to your Pixel Buds or just any other Bluetooth that you might want to use, you're going to love that functionality. Making phone calls directly from the watch, responding to text messages, receiving text messages, a huge plus. Now, there are some downsides to responding to a text message via the swiping keyboard. It's actually really small. So I felt some type of way about that, but I was like, you know what? Use voice. So you can use voice to enter in your text messages, to respond to emails or whatever you're doing that requires you to input something. But the fact that you can actually use your watch to input is pretty cool. So using the watch on T-Mobile has been a good experience so far. A lot of people may be concerned about battery life. I think you'll be okay with the battery life as long as you have a strong signal keeping it on LTE. So when I talked to T-Mobile about this, he said, I really recommend you keep it on Bluetooth at all times, even though you have the connection to it. So let me also point out that right now with T-Mobile, you're not able to use the Pixel Watch as a standalone with its own phone number. You'll have to use what's called digits. And digits is fine. It just piggybacks your current phone number, and I think that's fine with me. So when people ring my phone, it'll ring on my watch, and I can choose whether or not I want to answer it or not. So normally when I go for a walk now, I just leave my phone at home because I have service on my watch with my Bluetooth earbuds. So Pixel Buds connected to the watch, listen to music, do whatever I want to do, take phone calls, or just have a good time not having anything in my pocket, which is what I really like. I haven't had an LTE connected watch since the first Apple Series watch. Or no, it might have been the Samsung watch on T-Mobile a long time ago, the S or something like that. And the experience obviously was a lot different. But for me, the Pixel Watch checks a lot of boxes. It is their first iteration of it. So like I said, you might not have the best experience and your experience might not mirror others. But for me, I think the battery life is good so far. Like I said, the only drawback that I could see is responding to messages on that little keyboard because this is a 41 millimeter watch. And so the bezels kind of take up some of that screen. And so you'll find yourself really digging deep to swipe. Even when entering in my PIN, I accidentally hit some buttons that shouldn't be there, but I do have big hands and big fingers. So if you're concerned about the Pixel Watch for LTE service, you'll be able to choose your provider, whoever you decide to get it through. T-Mobile actually sells the watch, but when I ordered directly from Google. And then turns out, like I said, I had to cancel because Google sent me one. And, it's been a good experience so far. I just think this is a major upgrade for me because I remember when I didn't like smartwatches and I just didn't see the point in them. But now that I'm able to, have a nice watch pair with a phone that mirrors exactly, I really like this experience. Now, you're going to say, well, Jay, you carry an Apple Watch and an iPhone, and now you're carrying the Pixel Watch and the Pixel. You're absolutely right. I also carry a Samsung with a Samsung watch when I'm in my Samsung mode. So you've heard me say it before, the Apple Watches are nice. The problem is the battery life. Now, right now, this is not an LTE Apple Watch. This is Apple's latest watch, one of their latest watches, and it is not LTE. It is just a regular Bluetooth watch. So I'm getting about 2 days out of this easy. But with the Pixel Watch coming in brand new as first iteration of it, I'm pretty excited about using it on LTE. And for me, I don't work for T-Mobile. They're not sponsoring this video. It's just that the $5 a month with autopay was just phenomenal. And if you don't have autopay, I think it's like $10. So $5 for unlimited talk and text in an emergency situation is fantastic. And it's running on LTE, not 5G. So everyone should probably have such a strong signal. You're going to get the best battery you can get. Now, these battery numbers that I'm reporting to you are first impressions over about a few days of use or 5 days of use. And so, take that into consideration, because over time, I'll really be able to come back around and circle back around to you and tell you, hey, I've been actually using it on LTE now for 3 months or 2 months or whatever the case may be, and the battery life has gotten better, it's gotten worse. But first impressions of the Pixel Watch using it on a carrier, I'm actually really impressed. And so the watch itself, I think it's really nice, intuitive. The fitness portion of it is what I tend to focus on, but being able to leave my home now is really nice. Now, the pricing on the Pixel Watch kind of mirrors what other watches are priced at. Some people are going to say it's overpriced because it's $400 for an LTE model, but just go check some other LTE model devices that are smartwatches. You're going to see that it plays very well with them and it's right in line with them. So it's your man Jay. If you have questions on the Pixel Watch LTE, I'm running mine on T-Mobile. Phone calls are crystal clear. Everything works perfectly fine. And any questions, leave them below. See you in the next video. Take care.